Have you faced this question, or have you asked yourself this question? Why a leader or a company or an organization or even a country, a civilization goes up and sometimes pretty fast, moves up, and then after a while it gets in a plateau and then it declines? What happens at that time? What happens between the moving up and declining? Have you asked this question yourself? Or have you discussed this if you are a leader? Have you discussed this with your colleagues, co-workers, your teammates, your people in the leadership team? What really happens? Have you faced this kind of moving up and declining in your company or organization? Have you thought about it? If you have not faced it, you will. So, what you want to do, how you want to be prepared for such a situation. And even in your personal life, everybody, in your personal and professional life, there is a period or periods of time that you move up and then you get in a plateau and then you decline in that field of your life, personal or professional life. So what happens there? If you look at the history of civilizations, of countries, of companies, organizations, and even the history of leaders or yourself, you will find out that when you were moving up, or your company or organization moving up, you were on a upward path because you were after a goal. And the people around you believed in you and they helped you, they supported you, and you moved up. Either yourself as a leader on your leadership ladder, or your company or organization, or even if you are a leader of a state, of a country, of a civilization, that's what happens. And then when you lose your touch with the people, with real people, and get real feedback, and then you don't have the research and development department, then you start to decline. It doesn't matter if it's in your leadership or your company or organization or a country or a civilization. That's what happens. Because when you lose touches with the people, with the group, with those people who supported you, who supported your company, your organization, who helped to build a civilization or a country. When you lose touch with these people and you don't get real feedback, you don't have R&D, research and development department, and you don't get real feedback, you assume that everything is okay. Everybody likes you. You assume whatever you do is okay and it's good and maybe it's great. And then all of a sudden you face a challenging situation after declining. You don't notice at the peak. You don't notice even at the plateau. Many people, many leaders, unfortunately, they don't notice even they are in a plateau. And then when the company or organization is declining or their leadership is declining, and then all of a sudden they say, oh, what happened? Unfortunately, at that time it's too late. So that's why you need to be prepared ahead of time. and you need to have R&D department or R&D person, at least if it's not a department, someone can help you. Or if you are alone, go back, review what you are doing, and get real feedback. Talk to people. Talking to people, by the way, is not just sending an email or a letter or doing some surveys through some organizations that they do survey. And especially if the person has to put his or her name on the survey, that is not a real feedback. Even if the name is not there, even if the third party is doing the survey for you, still is not a real feedback. Real feedback is by you going and talking to your people, talking to the people they really matter for your company, your organization, your country. The people, they are matter, not the people only around you, and they cheer for you, and even they lie to you when something goes wrong. That is not a real feedback. You get real feedback from real people, and especially when you break the ice and ask the people, please tell me the truth. Tell me your real opinion. And this must happen before plateau, before declining. This is the important key. And that's why the speaking engagement in your organization or company for an hour or even a day, and cheer up the people and heat up the forces in your company or organization, doesn't help, because it has a short effect for a few days or a few weeks. However, if you have a systematic program to help you and your organization and your people, your employees, to get real feedback and to move upward, steady but moving upward. When you are facing a challenge, it will help you to bypass or go through that challenge and face it and destroy the problem, solve the problem, and still move forward. Sometimes you may get in a plateau. However, if you are prepared ahead of time, you move up again. But if you are not prepared, you start to decline. Hopefully, this will help you to stay on the course, to stay on the path of moving up. And if you have not developed the R&D, the system for getting real feedback from the people they are matter to that process, to your leadership, to your company, your organization, your country, your civilization. If you have not developed that, please go ahead and do it. And instead of inviting only speakers to your company or organization to cheer up your employees for a few hours or a few days, have a system in place that goes through at least half of the time, at least for months, or even if there is a course, for example, for 3 months, you need to repeat it twice or 3 times a day, at least. A year, 2 or 3 times a year. And have those kind of systems in your company or organization, and you see the result. You see that instead of declining, you move forward, you move upward. And steadying upward is much better than a fast moving upward and a sharp declining. All right, if you have any question, you can contact me through the email, and I'll be glad to assist you in your leadership and the system that you can provide to your company, to your organization, and even in your personal and professional life. Everybody, remember, this is I can say a quote from Bill Gates. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody. There is no exception. So if you have any question or you want me to assist you, please go ahead and contact me. I'll be glad to assist you in your leadership and help you to build a system for your company, your organization, to be prepared for such challenges. And please go ahead, if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This is a good support of this Leadership Impact channel, and share it with your colleagues, your friends, your coworkers, your people in your community. Thanks so much, and see you on the next video.